Welcome to Super Science University Bhagavad-Gita, which only can fulfill any of your wishes, aka the real Santa, and it will give you permanent happiness, your freedom in the end, and it is the permanent solution to any of your problems, the highest, most prime, secret, and the only complete knowledge which is the source of everything and it answers every possible question. Please refer to Yatharth Gita by Swami Argadanand on Spotify or yatharthgita.com, which is the only genuine and complete source of knowledge. Too much knowledge or incomplete knowledge means the same in spirituality. I will explain how. Either people are giving too much or incomplete knowledge these days, and people are getting attracted to both. Examples of too much knowledge are Acharya Prashant, Shri Ravi Shankar, ISKCON, and others. And incomplete knowledge is science, technology, bhajan marg, Sadguru. So, balance is the key point as per Bhagavad Gita. What I mean to say is that when there is genuine and complete knowledge, you don't need extra or incomplete knowledge. And I have observed only these two cases going on with science, technology, and so called gurus and acharyas these days. After going through them all and practically applying what they are saying in my life, I found only one source to be true and complete that I mentioned. Gita is the key to uniting all humans. How all humans are different yet same in the end. Why separation occurs and how they will unite. Right now, you are just focused on your personal desires. There is no feeling of unity and peace in you. You are being selfish now if you are not interested in this divine complete knowledge. Science is incomplete. I'm not saying it's wrong. I will give you a very good example. I asked one of my friends if there was one thing he always used to say at the time when I was at my 20s and at the time he was like 25. He used to say his theory was that the bigger a girl's hips are, the more she has done sex. He used to check on the girls and then make his assumptions about how much sex she has done. It was funny how, by just observing the hip size of a girl, he used to say, "It has been done." This girl is definitely not a virgin. I would like to paraphrase his Hindi version. भाई इसका तो पक्का हो चुका है, इतना बड़ा है पीछे से. So, although I knew at that time that it doesn't make sense and he will learn this sooner or later. Now he has learned that there is no relationship between a girl's hip size and the number of times she has been involved in sex. So when I explain to this friend what will happen to that person who didn't grow up like him, since many still have this thinking even at old age. Seriously, guys. He said that this fool will die like this without knowing. This is so cruel of him. I was explaining to him that no one stays fool forever. That person will also attain knowledge someday. See the difference in our thinking. Before Bhagavad Gita, I would never waste a single second on these kind of fools, the one I call as my friend. And now, because of Gita here, I am trying my best for them too, since I was a fool too, like him once, because I know the connectivity. So, this is a concept from where rebirth occurs, from where you will practically know how you are related to everybody. So, you will remember your previous birth only if you think beyond sex. Like your thinking is not limited not only for sex but just desires. If you think beyond desires, only then. I'm just saying thinking, not it's not practically to come out of desires, but at least there should be a kind of thinking in your mind that you are able to think beyond that. So I again talked with him and he said, since you have now become a spiritual Baba, so please give me your property since you don't need it anymore. You have become a great donor, and now you will abandon everything. This is the biggest stereotype thinking about spirituality. Spirituality just means awakening, getting conscious of everything. What I told him next surprised him more. I told him, you are ignorant and don't have any knowledge. So, how can you even use your own wealth? Please get complete knowledge and then you may donate your own property to me. Since when you get awakened, you will surely donate your wealth to someone who is higher than you in spirituality. Not because that higher person can use that wealth personally for his own leisure. Like here, the great example I can guess is of Osho. But I consider Osho an ignorant fool who didn't know about his own shortcomings. Anyway, that higher person in spirituality can only make the true use of that wealth. In fact, the more you are awake, the better you can utilize your wealth. So let's continue with my previous section. It is my life's savings, the monk story. With that, I am searching for happiness. What will happen now? There is no end to my sorrow. Save me from this monk somehow. Get my money back. The monk, running around the whole village, came back under the same tree where the rich man's horse was standing. Throwing the bag back where he had picked it up, he again sat down near the tree where he was sitting before, like he has been sitting. The rich man came running from behind, and whole village followed. The rich man picked up his bag, hugged it to his chest, and raised his hands towards God and said, "Oh God, I am extremely thankful to you." The monk asked, "Did you get any joy?" The rich man said, "Any? I got a lot. I had never had such a joy in my life." The monk said, "It is necessary to be sad before joy. It is necessary to lose before gaining. It is necessary to not be before being. Bondage is necessary before liberation. Ignorance is necessary before knowledge. Darkness is necessary before light." So the soul embarks on a journey. It is a journey of losing wealth. Actually, what we do not lose, we can never experience the feeling of gaining it. And so, when those who have attained, like Krishna, like Buddha, when Buddha attained enlightenment, people asked, "What did you gain?" So, Buddha said, "I did not gain anything. I just let go of what I had already gained. But it was necessary to lose in between. Even to experience health, falling ill is an essential process. Such is the fact of life. Such is the fact." I would like to correct Osho on this. Krishna is the only example who is born enlightened. He hasn't gained it. Yet, yes, if we go back in time, it means only when we start to realize the true Krishna. It means we see Krishna as our best version of the future. Then only we could know how Krishna would have realized enlightenment. Only then the connection can be done. So when you ask what is the need for the soul to go in the world, so I would say to experience liberation, and the soul is free even before coming into the world. But there can be no realization of that liberation. There can be no perception of that liberation. There can be no feeling of that liberation. Realization is impossible without losing. Therefore, the world is a test. The world is an experiment to lose oneself. The world is nothing more than this. It is the soul's own choice to lose and find. God is finding himself by losing himself in the world. He will keep on losing and finding. He will descend into darkness, and after coming into the light, he will wake up that there is light. Good explanation. I would say the ultimate target of every human is to truly understand Krishna via Bhagavad-Gita, which is the most difficult idiom to crack, and whoever is able to crack it has won the game. There are levels in this. theoretically solving with practical experiences, and then when you yourself become Bhagavad Gita, means Krishna, by the mercy of Krishna himself, you would understand this confusing statement after diving deep into Gita knowledge. So guys, this is